There's nothing to clap about, I'm afraid. My football team, Doncaster Rovers, are out of the FA Cup. 4-2 to Rushden and Diamonds. Still, I've had a couple of days to get over it, so let's start the show with restaurants. Going out for dinner used to be so simple. You had a prawn cocktail, steak, well done, and a nice Black Forest gatto. But now when you roll up, sir, can I take your coat? And you'll be expected to tip them for this service. Why? How much trouble can a coat possibly be? I mean, it's not like I'm asking them to look after a lion. And then they're going to hit you with gently carbonated water and decaffeinated walnut bread and a menu that's written in complete gibberish. This is a real one. I picked it up last week, no kidding. Shall I have the corn cake with escabeche of vegetables, herb salad, picos, blue and salsa romesca? Or maybe the beef with chimichurri and beetroot empanada? And then, while you're agonising over the choice, the maitre d' will come over and tell you your coat is causing trouble in the cloakroom. It's got into a fight with someone's gloves and there's blood everywhere. Now, my next guest knows exactly what I'm talking about here. Well, at least I hope he does, because he's a restaurant critic. A magazine for homosexuals recently voted him the 78th most attractive man in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, A.A. Gill. So,
sexiest man in the world.
Sexiest, was it? Sexiest man in the world.
Not just attractive, you could be attractive without being sexy. And you can be sexy.
Without being attractive. What is chimichurri?
I've no idea.
Because they must
This
know.
is my job. This is my job. I eat out in restaurants 6 days a week, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Because they write menus in foreign languages as well.
Yeah, often French, and I have no idea what that is either. All of this stuff is all part of the je ne sais quoi of eating out, which is all
The
about...
what?
Exactly. How would you like your je ne sais quoi, sir?
Delivered in English?
Yes, it's an awful lot of eating out is about snobbery.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why they employ me to write about it.
Because all I want it to say is pork, fish, lamb.
Well, Frank, actually... you do because I've seen you eat. I have sat opposite you while you attempt to eat.
Yeah.
And frankly, you wouldn't know whether you were eating your Thai or performing cunnilingus.
I tell you what I do know the difference between, and that's an organic carrot and a non-organic carrot. Because an organic carrot is that big, covered in mud, and costs 200 quid. And a non-organic carrot is that big, ready peeled, and it costs 2p. Who's ripping who off here?
Well, I'm rather in favour of organic things.
We kind of knew you would be.
I am, because they're more expensive. And I think that food isn't anything like expensive enough.
Well, this is good and controversial.
We spend in this country, this is the serious bit, we spend in this country less on food than almost anyone else in the world, including the Bangladeshis. We only judge food by how cheap it is. So people go into restaurants and they go, oh, look at that. They're charging 10 quid for a chicken breast. I can get an old chicken for £2.50. And it's a hangover of our history and rationing and all that, and we don't pay anything like enough. And the reason, and because we only want cheap things, we only get bad things, and farmers have to grow too many things on too little bits of land, and they stick cows up each other and stack them. And they do horrible things to our food because we don't pay enough for it. So anything that costs more, also, it makes the people at the end of the food chain starve to death, which is probably a good thing.
Who's at the end of the food chain?
Whoever can't afford to buy the organic carrot.
But you smoke. I mean, admittedly, ludicrous low-tar cigarettes, but, I mean, doesn't that completely...
Yeah, but I smoke twice as much as you do, Jeremy.
Can you taste food if you smoke your ridiculous low-tar?
Yeah, the worst thing you can do, this is really important, to anyone considering giving up smoking, 'cause coming up to the new year, there'll be a lot of people thinking about it. Don't. It completely sods up your taste buds. Because what happens is, if you're used to tasting through smoke, all of your values are built on the fact that you do have this light coating of tar over everything.
Did you see that report, though? This week, Food and Drink have done, saying that they want all smoking, and they've had massive support for banning smoking in all restaurants.
Yeah, do you know what they've done? They've gone out into the streets in the provinces and said, if you ever went to a restaurant, which you don't, would you want a man who was richer and better looking than you smoking cigarettes you can't afford? No, I don't think so.
Do you have to eat out because you can't cook?
No, I cook incredibly well. I used to teach cooking.
Really?
I'm a brilliant cook, yeah.
And where did you learn this modesty, this cooking?
I learned to cook because I signed on the dole for 7 years.
Doesn't necessarily follow. I know quite a few people on the dole who can't cook.
Yeah, but I wanted to drink. And I realised if I wanted to go on drinking, which I did, then I had to find some way of eating for nothing. And the best way of doing that is to do it yourself. And I went into a butcher and I said, "What can I have any of the stuff you're throwing away or giving to dogs?" And he was a sweet man, and he said, "Pig's ears. You can have a bag of pig's ears."
Are they nice?
Divine.
What about the hairs?
Yeah, no, the awful thing about pig's ears is when you get them, you have to clean them. And pig's ears are just like human ears. And they've got wax in them. You have to take a Q-tip and...
It's also complicated now, this cooking, because, I mean, when I was growing up, you didn't have rocket.
When you were doing what?
When I was growing up. There was no such thing as rocket. You walk into a supermarket now, there's rocket and broccoli. We never had broccoli.
Don't be so stupid.
We did not.
As a stupid person, that's a stupid thing to say. We didn't have broccoli.
We had no broccoli when I was growing up.
What did you have, Jeremy?
I can't remember. I think it was broad beans.
It was
and
probably
halibut.
broccoli and you just didn't know the word for it.
Probably. Well, what about rocket? We certainly didn't have rocket.
Rocket?
A rocket. To give it its French name.
Rocket is an ancient, old Elizabethan vegetable. Yeah, but you know what the definition of a weed is?
What?
A definition of a weed is a flower in the wrong place.
Well,
No, I mean, it's a perfectly good...
Has no place in a supermarket.
Well, you won't find it in most supermarkets in Barnsley, but I mean, I quite like rocket. No, I don't. I'm lying. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. It's a vegetable. I'm not big on green things.
No, exactly.
My thing is don't eat anything that doesn't have eyes. And potatoes just make it under the wire.
So what about restaurants in the provinces, then?
I mean, we go on about this food renaissance we're supposed to have had in this country, and it only happened in London. And it only happened in London because only people in London get paid enough money to eat in restaurants.
What about Leeds? Leeds has Michelin stars. 2 restaurants have Michelin stars in Leeds.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get up there to...
You mean you don't know where Leeds is?
I can't. Eating out in the provinces isn't terrific because there isn't the clientele to pay the money that you need to run a decent restaurant. They simply won't pay more. They go, I'll have fish and chips for half this price, and they won't pay any more. I know that's not funny. It's just trying to be the truth.
OK, but I can't eat at home because, unfortunately, we have an Arga. Now, is that a joke?
Yes, an Arga was invented by a Scandinavian. I mean, they're not there for cooking. It's the equivalent of having a Ferrari outside your house.
Really?
It's a sort of a wanky status symbol.
Which won't cook food.
Which neither will cook the food.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Gil. Right. Now then, it's Christmas, so let's get topical with the Nativity story. What a great tale. Girl gets pregnant to some omnipresent, invisible being. Her husband falls for the story. There's no room at the inn. They get some myrrh. The book rights alone have made the Church of England one of the richest institutions in Britain. Not counting the value of their churches, they've got £2.5 billion. They've got 25 million invested in GEC, which owns Marconi, which is an arms company. So if someone decides to have a religious war, they even make money out of that. Now, obviously, they don't like other people cashing in. They wouldn't, for instance, like this tree. Ready? They may have a point on that one. But they don't like it when Tango and Birdseye sponsor Christmas lights. And I feel fairly certain they're not going to like my plan either. Schools are always bleating about a lack of funds. Well, look at your nativity play. Don't just hand out parts willy-nilly to children, have an auction. The parents who make the highest bid get the best speaking part for their child. £35 for Joseph. 35 I'm bid. Anyone give me 40? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. £40, big roll. And then there's the play itself. Use product placement. Get some sponsorship. Companies pay a fortune for this sort of thing, and it works. Look.
Hello, innkeeper. Our little donkey has broke down. Can you call the AA?
Do you want to run while you wait?
Yes, my wife is pregnant.
Oh, well done. You must be very proud.
Not really. I'm not the father. God is.
3 wise men, Joseph. Did you lot follow a star?
No, this, the latest sat-nav system from Philips. Normally £199 from all good stockists. But you can have it.
And I have this. It's from Gap. Top quality at nice prices.
Hello, I'm the Angel Gabriel from Halo magazine. Thank you for allowing us into your lovely stable for an exclusive photograph of the Son of God in his crypt from IKEA.
Oh, look, shepherds. How did you get here so quickly?
We used the new Land Rover Discovery, now available with 0% finance. And now a message from our sponsor.
This nativity play was brought to you by Gideon's, purveyors of the finest Christian accessories since the year naught.
Nothing yet. OK, the European section of the programme, and this week I'm looking at Germany. And because it's the season of goodwill to all men, I've got to be nice about it. Well, Germany is the one country that unites the whole of the EU. We all hate it. We all think they'll win outright power in the forthcoming superstate, and it scares us. But don't worry, they won't win. They never win anything. Here they are, losing the First World War. And here they are losing a football match to Bulgaria.
And suddenly, Germany are no longer there.
All hostilities on land.
Now this is them losing the Second World War.
800 hours.
And here is Great Britain beating them again at hockey.
Where are the Germans? But frankly, who cares?
And then there was our most famous... They can't even win quiz shows.
West Germany.
How do you say, the ground?
Incorrect.
Never forget, after World War II, the Germans even lost half their country. But let's not mock. Let's spare a thought for them at this time of year. I mean, what are they going to watch on television? Every Christmas we get The Great Escape, Von Ryan's Express, The Guns of Navarone. They can't even watch The Sound of Music. I mean, a nun being chased through the meadows by a bunch of Nazis loses something. When you're all gathered round the telly going, oh, look, that bloke with the schmeiser, it's Dad. Germany, of course, is a very organised country, though. There was a bloke in court a couple of weeks ago who'd robbed a jewellery store and was being chased in his car by the police. Now, they caught him because, like a good German, he stopped when he got to a red light. And this organisation touches every part of German life, even their lavatories. You will note, if I lift the lid here, that there is a shelf in there. Now, the stool drops onto that and they can examine it in minute detail before flushing it away. I'm not kidding, they do. And they go to the lavatory an awful lot in Germany because the cooking over there is about quantity. Quality doesn't matter. Now, what I'm going to prepare for you this evening is a little German amuse-bouche, a Bavarian appetizer. You get a couple of nice big sausages like that, to which you add a couple more, and 2 more like that. And the worst is yet to come. Right, here we go. You get a laundry basket full of sausages, and there we are. A romantic dinner for 2. Oops, lost a bit there. And then they wash this down, of course, with German wine. I've got some here. Liebe Frau Milch, that's delicious. Let's just whack it in, try it out. That's disgusting. I think it's a little too dry for my taste, but it might suit my next guest. He's the editor of Germany's equivalent of Private Eye. Meine Damen und Herren, Herr Oliver Schmidt. Have a seat. Why do you put so much sugar in your wine?
I must admit it's true that we put sugar in the wine because that's the only way to sell it to Britain. I think we would pour it away
That's the next thing. What is with that shelf in the lavatory?
I mean, as the highest standard of English humor, the English are obsessed with toilet humor, so I think we have to go to this funny thing over there. Do you want me to use it, or?
I just want you to tell me why it's got a shelf in it.
I mean, I had a full English breakfast this morning, so... but sometimes we have shelves in it, but these are not really shelves, these are deposit areas for your personal remains. Because, I mean, we have a very deep feeling about our remains, because these are the things which go out in the world, you know? And when I look back after the work I've done and I say, goodbye, little turdy, go your way all down the River Rhine, go down your way all the River Rhine to the North Sea, to the coast of England, goodbye. That's the way we have it.
So what do you think of the EU?
Well, I don't think about it. I mean, we have it. It's the United States of Germany, and so I think there's not a real big thing to think about for us.
You really think you've got it?
I don't think so. Was that a question, or? Yeah. No, it's a matter of fact. I mean, we got it, we invented it, and I think it's a very good thing because what Hitler tried with very strange methods of conquering Europe, we now made with the Deutschmark and now with the forthcoming euro. And I think this is a very good idea. This gives peace to the people, little sausages to the English, and welfare to the Germans. I mean, what do you want?
Out of the EU.
That's impossible. I will fine you.
Yes. I've got a bigger one. Well, why do you think everyone in Europe hates Germany? Let's be honest.
I think we are very charming. That's the reason. People are very envy on successful and charming people, and the Germans are very charming. I tell you, we are very charming. And I mean, what other people say, that we are patronizing, that's a bloody lie. We are not patronizing. I tell you, we are not patronizing. Repeat that.
I hate you because you nick all our deck chairs. It's much more simple. Why do you do that? actually. Why do you have to get all the deck chairs on the beach?
That's another bloody lie with the deck chairs. I mean, I never heard of that, but by the way, I think that's my seat because there's a towel on there yesterday. Where's it going? That can't be true.
You've recently replaced old Cole, haven't you? With
Yes,
Schroeder.
unfortunately.
With Schroeder. Is he
Unfortunately.
a sort of Bosch Blair?
I don't hope so because I mean Tony Blair, he's a plonker, obviously. But,
Why is he a plonker?
I mean, look at him. Have you never seen Tony Blair?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him 2 days ago coming out of Downing Street and telling, we had to do this. I mean, why had you to do this? This is, I mean, Britain likes to go to war and Germany would like to as well, but we are not allowed to. That's why we hate him.
Because he can get out there and we can have fun with our jets and everything. All right, let's just get off politics. Why do you wear such horrible clothes? I mean, there's great jackets.
Well, Herr Clarkson. I must admit, these are truly horrible clothes. They're disgusting,
they're ghastly.
really. Yeah,
I'm sorry to be rude, but they are ghastly.
Yeah, I mean, look, this suit, it's Decker, London.
Oh, shit.
These boots, Doc Martens, England. But, I mean, this shirt obviously is Egyptian. I bought it in Harrods, so...
So you are wearing all English?
Yes.
But let's move swiftly along. What do you think of us, the British?
Well, I don't...
Are we in danger of another attack, or are we okay for a while?
I think you're okay. I mean, I don't really think about it because, like the Germans don't think about it, because the Germans have conquered Europe again. I mean, they spend their holidays in Italy, they go out eating in France. Why should they care about Britain? I mean, there's nothing to care about.
Are you still sore that we beat you in the war? Is that what it is?
Which war?
Both of them.
Was there a war? I mean, I think Britain is very stuck backwards, stuck to the past, where you had your big times, where you fought other countries and so. But I think you should look at the future, like Germany does. We look forward. I mean, and if you all look forward in England, you will have a great time. You all in England, all the people want to drive German cars like Rover, Rolls-Royce. Why not take it? Take the challenge. Go for Europe.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Oliver Schmidt, thank you very much. Now, there have been some massive developments in our Fantasy Dictators League in the run-up to this, the final week. Whoever makes it to the coveted Christmas #1 slot will win this, the Pol Pot. Past winners include Alexander the Great, Jonah Louis, Adolf Hitler, 4 years running, Cliff Richard twice. So, let's find out who it is in '98. Well, at number 3, there's China's Jiang Zemin, and frankly, he's not best pleased with that. Fidel Castro came second and feigned indifference.
Puedo decir, Cuba fue capaz. Cuba fue capaz. Aunque que nunca. Bloqueo que ahora.
Oh, stop applauding. So, the winner. It's Great Britain's Peter Mandelson. I mean, this week, he attacked Saddam Hussein. When he heard Saddam was hot favourite, he used the RAF to drop bombs on him. And that really is world-class dictating. Peter, you win the Pol Pot. You came from behind, spotted a gap and found yourself on top. And we haven't finished with the trophies yet. As I'm sure you know, Michael Owen became the BBC Sports Personality of the Year at a glittering gala do last weekend. Never mind that he'd missed a penalty earlier that day, or that in the summer he helped steer England to a second-round defeat in the World Cup. In second place was Denise Lewis, the world's third best heptathlete. And in third place, some bloke who came back from the last Olympics empty-handed. Now, it's a small point, but I know a British sportsman who keeps winning everything. This year, he won the World Championship doing this. So, he beat the best in one of the world's most dangerous and demanding sports. He's the first person in the history of powerboat racing to take the Class 1 World Championship 3 times. And get this, he wasn't even invited to be in the audience of the BBC Sports Review of the Year. Well, I've had this made up. It's not for the Personality of the Year. It's not for the plucky Brit who came in second. This Clarkson Award is made to people who get out there and kick Johnny Foreigner's bottom. And here to collect it is the man himself. A hysterical welcome, please, for Steve Curtis. Congratulations. Have a perk. Now, Steve, what is it like in those boats?
Well, it's pretty rough at times. You know, they run pretty quick, 150 miles an hour. We take a hell of a beating. There's been times when I've been peeing blood for 2 or 3 days afterwards, after the race.
It's a bit more dangerous than missing a penalty, then.
Depends what your fans are like, I guess.
And that crash, that one we just saw, can we just show that again? This is you, isn't it, in the red boat?
Yep.
1994, that was.
I'd rather it wasn't.
How much did that hurt?
It wasn't bad. I mean, to be quite honest. We sort of, after the accident, obviously I was shocked a bit, and it was in Saint-Tropez, which is a fabulous place to have a race anyway, and I went out and got completely kippered that night. So the biggest pain the next day was my hangover, to be honest.
So a proper sportsman. Now, last weekend, were you hurt not to be invited?
Well, a little bit. I mean, you know...
Well, I'm not surprised. What did you do?
I watched your show, Jeremy, of course.
Have you had any awards, apart from the World Championship?
No. Well, I did. I got invited to BBC South Sports Personality of the Year, which was on radio.
Did you win?
No. In fact, a Welshman won it, which I thought was awesome.
Well, look, you've won this now. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Curtis. OK, on now to the musical equivalent of powerboat racing. Have a look at this. Take that. No, that wasn't Take That. I mean, that was... Now, 30 years ago, rock stars knew exactly how to behave. I mean, Led Zeppelin staged nighttime motorbike races in hotel corridors. Today, however, we've got Gomez, winners of this year's Mercury Music Prize. OK, fellas, let's rock. In the olden days, record companies would give rock stars just enough to buy a fast car, some drugs and a swimming pool. And then they'd sit back and wait for the splash. But then the financial advisors moved in, the pension people, the suits. They got the rock stars thinking about royalties and offshore accounts, and everything was ruined. In 1966, Roger Daltrey sang, "I Hope I Die Before I Get Old." Last year, Robbie Williams sang, "I Hope I'm Old Before I Die." When Jim Morrison recorded Light My Fire, he spent the entire time on acid under the mixing desk. He wasn't thinking about the impact this new single would have on the next fiscal quarter. He was thinking about the girl who was busying herself. Now, my next guest was frontman for one of the biggest bands the world has ever seen. They racked up 25 million album sales and wrecked 47,000 hotel rooms. This is what they look like in action. And the voice of Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson. Is there a sense when you're up on stage that you can just do anything? You know, 50,000 people out there.
There is a sense that you can do anything, and people have done anything. And when you just do anything, it actually, surprisingly, very regrettably, doesn't usually work. Most people sort of go, no, we paid like 30 quid to see a rock and roll show, not to see you showing off, you twit. You know? But every now and again, acts of madness seize you. And
it happened to you in Japan, didn't it?
Yes, the strange cultural conventions in Japan, where whilst tying up women and sort of like covering them in rubber and beating them and things like that is perfectly fine in comic books and everything else. And actually seeing a naked human willy is the ultimate in taboo. So when it got down to the last gig and I took off all my stage clothes and was down to the jockstrap, and you could see suddenly you know, this expression of like absolute horror on every face was like, oh, I'm not going to do it. No, no, not the plums and the banana. You know? So it was kind of amusing, that sort of thing.
What about off stage?
Off stage? Plums and the banana off stage?
No, just bad behaviour off stage.
Bad behaviour. Well, that's usually it's usually exposing oneself and things like that to, you know, in states of drunkenness. I mean, you being a motor car chap, I mean, you must know the trauma of having a drunken rock star strapped in the front seat of the car. You stopped at lights and he's actually shifted it into reverse as before you realise. You know, you're saying, going to the right hands, takes this Mercedes to the Holiday Inn, and you go back.
Because you knocked around with Ozzy Osbourne, didn't you, off stage? I mean, that must have been chaotic.
Well, he was quite. I mean, Ozzy's a lovely chap, right? Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'd had a drink, and it was a long time ago, and Oz suggested that we nick a taxi, and I said...
They have drivers in them.
And I said, Oz, you know... Because he'd come into the bar and I was completely the worst. In fact, they'd locked me in my room to try and I'd escaped out the window and gone out of the bar and there was nobody in it. So, in the bar. No, in the bar. Right. So I sat there and thought, well, you know, when somebody comes, they better have a drink. So I ordered 50 beers. So I was sat there with 50 beers, sort of going. So somebody came in. So I just said, would you like a drink? You know, and there it was. So Oz comes in with the sort of entourage, and the first thing he said to me was, "I've given up drinking." He said, "I've stopped." And he sat down and went, "I'll have a double brandy, please." And I said, "I thought you'd stopped." He goes, "Well, I have," but he said, "I'm going to stop after tonight." So he had a couple of beers and he said, "Listen, you could taxi." I said, "How are you going to do that?" He said, "Well, you call it and I'll distract him." No, he said, "No, you distract him. I'll hit him over the head." He said, "Can you drive?" I said, "Yes." He was good, I can't. He said, "Well, we'll go across the fields." He said, "I've done it before." So this was actually, I think somebody overheard our conversation and sort of and rumbled it, and he was...
And no taxi came?
He was led away. No, we never got the chance to do it.
But you did, on one tour, I seem to recall, get through 50,000 cans of beer.
Oh, that sounds about right, yes. Something like that, yeah.
But what worries me is you've got Robbie Williams today,
yeah.
OK? He insists that after the show, in the dressing room, there must be mangoes, dates and Evian water.
Yeah, get that in Sainsbury's, yeah.
What's happened to rock and roll, though, so that we've now ended up with people saying, "Dates for me, please"?
Well, it's gotten corporate and boring and generally dull, and it has lost an awful lot of its fun at the big sort of level, when you get the big entourage and everything else, and everybody's insured up to the hilt. And
but you've got Oasis today, okay? They're supposed to be the bad boys of rock, okay?
Yeah.
They were what? They spilt their drink, didn't they, on that flight the other day going to Australia? What were they doing on a scheduled flight? Why didn't they have their own jet with two naked Page 3 girls flying it? Because Led Zepp, didn't they? They had a church organ fitted to their plane. That's fantastic.
Are you sure it was a church organ, Jeremy?
Yeah, they had a proper organ in the plane. I can't think of anything I'd like to have more.
They had a swimming pool as well. No, a jacuzzi. Had a
Jacuzzi
jacuzzi at the back. I think they nearly sank. This must be a first, sinking an aeroplane in flight.
Is there a difference between hooliganism and destruction with style?
Yes, yes. We once had a prank we played at the end of again, it was the end of a tour, funnily enough, and it was in Switzerland, and the chap was very proud of his backstage furniture. Particularly, you know, all the stuff he'd hired, the pot plants and the, you know, the various bits and bobs and the three-piece suite and everything else and how much it cost, and very keen shows the bill and so on and so forth. So it got to the end of the show and we thought we should make a donation to the audience of some description, some sort of grand gesture. So I started by taking the drum kit apart, actually while the drummer was playing it. and so the drum went and that went out. And you saw these drum kits started being passed over the heads of the audience, and the roadies were all running in trying to get the drum kit back and put it back together. And he finished up playing with just his snare drum and whatever symbols he could hold on to before this raving lunatic, which was me back in those days, passed him out. So then we ran out of drum kit and we started on the furniture. So I ran backstage and there's this three-piece suite starts floating followed by the pot plant, and the promoter's doing his pieces, he's going, and suddenly going, oh, it's costing Switzerland, sister on the plants. It's plastic, you know, it's plastic.
Was Keith Moon the best at it?
Yeah. Keith Moon was an individual art form. I mean, I love the story about him and John Bonham. Can you imagine Keith Moon and John Bonham together,
terrifying,
right, in a hotel with Peter Frampton? You know, he of the golden, you know, ambrosial locks and all the rest of it. And the rumour had it was, well, the story that I got was that they decided to cut his hair.
Frampton's?
Frampton, right, with a pair of garden shears. and Mooney's got the garden shears going, come on in, come on, we're going to have you. And Frampton ran up to his room and locked himself in his room, bolted, you know, everything else, you know, which did not deter them one iota, because John Bonham went and got a fire axe and chopped his way through the wall. Not through the wall.
In a hotel?
In a hotel.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Dickinson. It just remains for me to say that the only London tube station not to contain any letters from the word mackerel is St John's Wood. Have a happy Christmas. See you next year.